But we want to get straight to our panel tonight. Fal Sabak is the Senior Managing Director at Denton's and former Executive Director of the Georgia House Democratic Caucus. Spiro Amburn, Senior Vice President at McGuire Woods Consulting. He has previously served as Chief of Staff for Republican Georgia House Speakers John Burns and David Walston. And Chauncey Alcorn, a state and local politics reporter at Capital B Atlanta. All returning panelists if you join us on Sunday mornings at 11. If you don't, you're going to have to start. Thank you all so much for being here. Our bellies are full of election night pizza, and we're going to get right into it. Spiro, I want to start with you. What are you watching tonight?
Enthusiasm. I think it's all about seeing which side has enthusiasm or who has the most enthusiasm. We have two statewide races for the first time on the same day as when we typically have our municipal races in Georgia. So kind of interested to see which side has the most motivation to get out to the polls.
Motivation, enthusiasm, Fal, are those synonyms for turnout?
Yes. Well, yes, they can be. Absolutely. I think we want to see whose base is more energized to come out to kind of figure out, what is 2026 going to look like.
Chauncey, what are you seeing?
The story, name of the game this year is incumbency, and folks that are challenging that. I think that's one of the themes, this populist energy that we've seen at the national level. So it'll be interesting to see if some of our city elected leaders will be able to overcome that, as well as in the South Fulton mayor's race. I'm also very interested in that.
We are all very interested in that race, I think. And we're just getting started, so we are going to check back in with you all in a bit. I think, am I hearing we need to keep going?
I think, we say we've got more and we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going right now. I have another question for all of you. We have some situations, we were talking about the South Fulton mayoral race, where I don't know if we have the graphic up on screen yet, but it almost fills the entire screen, the number of candidates who are on this ballot. So many people running. Chauncey, do you expect some of these races like that South Fulton mayoral will not be fully decided tonight, meaning they're going to go to a runoff?
Yeah, it's the state threshold is 50% plus one, so, and when you have a crowded field like that, it's very likely that can happen. But Mayor Kobe is the incumbent, and we've seen situations that controversial candidates who are incumbents, Sheriff Labatt in Fulton County had a lot of criticism, but he was able to pull it off, so you never know what's going to happen.
And if he does get selected, we don't know who's going to come on top of this race, but back in 2021, he did win in a runoff against then the very first mayor of South Fulton, that was William Edwards, who's also on the ballot this time. So he lost that race in that runoff, and he is now with those 8 challengers, including some of Mayor Kobe's council members who want that seat now. So that's going to be a really interesting race.
It very much is. And Fal, Spiro, I want to ask you this question. You're both experienced political strategists. You've been in the rooms with candidates on election night. You do all the work, you're campaigning, you're knocking on doors, you're doing all the things candidates do, and then election day hits. I would bet there's some nervous energy for the candidates on a night like tonight. I'm seeing you both smile. These are wry smiles. Tell us some stories, Fal. What is the conversation like in those rooms with the candidates on a night like this?
So this is the night where my psychology degree really comes in handy, because it starts, you really kind of need to talk people, keep the energy up, you kind of watch the numbers. You kind of have to keep your hands steady, because the candidate is going through a million emotions at this point. They're kind of greeting people, shaking hands with their families, etc. So your job on the political staff side is really to kind of keep the hand on everybody to say, okay, let's look at the numbers, let's make sure we're tracking correctly, let's figure out, who we need to call to figure out what's going on.
Is this like a political therapy session, or does that come after? I'm kidding.
It's all in together, so.
Spiro, you had a similar experience?
Well, I think any of us that have been in campaigns long enough, you've been on both sides. You've been on the winning side and the losing side. And a close confidant of mine said one time, winning is better than losing, and it is. But you learn a lot either way. There are lessons to take, but Election Day, in my opinion, it was always the strangest day of the entire campaign, because you work so hard, for sometimes 18 months, and you grind and you get ready for Election Day. You do everything you can, and then Election Day comes and you're waiting.
And that is why we have you guys here.
Right.
We're excited to just get some more insight and input. We only see the ballot, that 2% of all the work that you all have put into